Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. It's an older ship as the inaugural sailing was in May 2007. She has 15 decks and can accommodate close to 4,000 passengers and about 1,360 crew. She is due to go into dry dock soon for amplification. My family and I decided to take a cruise on Liberty. She is a very nice ship, which will get you a lot of bang for your buck. However, because of her age, she doesn't have all of the bells and whistles of some of the other ships. We stayed in an ocean view cabin, which means we didn't have a balcony, but we could still look out and see the ocean. I tend to like these cabins and balconies better than interior cabins because I do like to see the ocean, but that's completely up to you and your budget. We did spend some time out on the pool deck where you'll find Sprinkles Royal's free ice cream. This is one of our favorite haunts, especially mine since they offer twist ice cream. The pool itself was decently sized. Sophie and I spent some time there playing volleyball with our fellow passengers, which was a blast. We also went to 2 of the 3 water slides. The one we didn't go on was Tidal Wave. It's the boomerang slide on board. I wanted to go, but every time I got the courage to go, we had to leave the ship for an excursion. The slides were fun, but they could use just a little bit more water pressure, as I kept getting stuck, and I usually don't get stuck on royal slides. Liberty also has a pool for the 16 and over crowd in the solarium. I loved the space and the fact that they had a deeper pool than some of the other solarium pools I've been in. I'm tall, so many of the other solarium pools that I've been to, I couldn't even swim in due to my height. I also found the fact that they had a bar that you could sit at, not necessarily a swim-up bar per se, physically in the pool under the bridge. They also had these hot tubs that go over the side of the ship, which was really, really cool. We did find one of the best places to enjoy the views is the helipad. Hey guys, here we are at the very front of the ship. Right behind me is the helipad, where if you have a medical emergency on board, this is where they actually land the helicopter. Now, what's unique about this ship is they actually let you watch a sailway from here. So if you want a really cool panoramic view of the entire city before you go, this is a place to be. Now, for those of you that are movie buffs like me, this is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to reenact your Titanic moment, so I would definitely take advantage of that. My family and I did visit the shops on board. However, they were a bit lacking in variety. We were shopping for kids' souvenirs and didn't really find much. They did have things like Squishmallows and all that, but you can find those in almost any store. My family tends to prefer unique souvenirs that you can't find anywhere else. They also had lots of port of call t-shirts, but surprisingly, not many for our itinerary. There also weren't many sales happening towards the end of the cruise like a lot of other ships have. Next up is the Platinum Theater. This was my favorite spot. They host a variety of shows here such as jugglers, comedians, and singers, but my favorite was Saturday Night Fever, the Broadway musical. My entire family saw the show, and it has been Sophie's favorite show to date. For those who haven't seen the movie, the story follows Tony Manero and his life during the disco days. The show does talk about some sensitive subjects, so if you plan on taking your children, I would talk with them about the content of the show first. If you haven't seen the movie before, I would recommend seeing it and then use that to determine if the show is right for you and your family. In terms of performance, we actually got to meet the performers afterwards, and they were excellent in the show. I am actually still singing some of the songs that were featured in the show. The day after we saw the show, we got the opportunity to take a backstage tour to see how the magic happens and meet the dance captain for the show. It was interesting to see how there's more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye. Now, we also saw the ice show, but while it was well done, it could have had a little bit of a better ending in terms of the story. It started off well with the premise being that you were being taken on a trip through time with the Phantom of the Opera. However, the show didn't seem to have a clear ending. For dinner, we ate in the main dining room, which was excellent. Our service was excellent, and we liked the fact that the MDR was 3 decks high, making it seem like the dining room wasn't so crowded. Some of the other ships, space was a bit tight, so this definitely worked in Liberty's favor, and if you're not claustrophobic, you will not have a problem at all with this dining room. Looking to get married on a ship? Well, Liberty of the Seas might be one of your choices. This is one of the few ships that has a chapel on board the ship, and it is absolutely gorgeous and very quiet and serene, and not a lot of people know that it's at the top of the ship. So if you're looking for someplace quiet, this is definitely one place to consider. Next up is the Viking Crown Lounge, or as some call it, the Sky Lounge. This is one of my family's favorite places on the entire ship because you can go up to this bar and get floor-to-ceiling panoramic views of the entire ocean, and it is really, 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 really cool. It's also where they host the silent discos and a lot of the parties, and it's so comfortable in there you don't feel like you're being squished at all. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on Liberty of the Seas. Have you ever been on Liberty of the Seas? Leave us your thoughts down below. We would love to hear from you. And as always, bon voyage!